mean, you got to think Mike Evans won't be available in this game. You also have some injuries on the outside.
That was a Freudian slip right there. That was good, right?
And then obviously, Chris Godwin is down. Julio Jones is banged up. So it's not like Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming in with all of these skilled players that we expected them to have. So this is going to be a game that's going to be about Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon versus the run game in Leonard Fournette of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, here's where I think things get hairy for the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. This Tampa Bay Bucs defense is playing out of its mind right now. Levante David is in football. They're rushing the passer. They're playing the rush. They're keeping the top on the defense and creating turnovers in the secondary. They have 24 drives, and only 3 of those drives have resulted in points. It's been 2 field goals and 1 touchdown. They dang near outscored the opposing offenses. And so when you think about that and what Green Bay will be facing, that's where the Buccaneers have the edge.
Go.
And that's where I'm going, RC. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got the edge because I don't know if Green Bay can be explosive against this offense. And I know everybody against this defense in Tampa Bay. I know everybody talking about Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Let me tell America something right now. You are not running the football and beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You are not running the football and beating
some explosive plays
the football
from an offensive standpoint to beat this team. And what did we see?
Fox defense.
You're
not
against
doing
this offense, and I know against this defense in Tampa Bay. I know everybody talking about Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Let me tell America something right now. You are not running the football and beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You are going to have some explosive plays from the offensive standpoint to beat this team. And what have we seen the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do against the New Orleans Saints?
They waited, and they played defense, and they played defense. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers late in the game is going to throw 3 interceptions like Jameis Winston did. I don't think that.
But guess who turns the ball over the last 2 or 3 years?
Any other team.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
When you look at this thing in totality,
when you look at this thing in totality, it really comes down to trust.
Tom Brady late in games to make the plays and have an opportunity to make 1 or 2 explosive plays against a defense that has given up some, who I think is still really good? Or do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to make them against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense? I'm willing to bet, RC. That'll be Tom Brady. Age-old things when it comes to Tom. We always talk about when he didn't look good, and then he hit Perriman for a touchdown late in the game against the New Orleans Saints. I think we're going to see the same thing this week.
I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for thinking that way, but I don't think that way for this particular week. If it was late in the season, or dare I say a postseason game, I would roll with you on that. Because we understand that as great and phenomenal as Aaron Rodgers is, because he is that bad man, the bottom line is that's not the case in the postseason. But in the regular season, that's a different animal. So when I look at Tampa Bay right now, as stout as their defense is, and it is big time, their offense is struggling a lot. I would tell you guys that if Mike Evans was available for this game and hadn't gotten suspended, I would have a totally different take on it. I think that Tampa Bay would find a way to edge it out. But I think in the case of in this game, with Rodgers saying, you know what, I tried to rely on the young guys in game 1. That didn't work, so I'm going to go to my old reliables in game 2. At least not my old reliables, but old reliables and the Sammy Watkins and Randall Cobb, guys like that. And in this case, Lazard, I think one of those situations, it does not exist right now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Godwin is out, Evans is out, Gronk is retired. I think that's a lot to ask based on what we have seen from Tampa Bay's offense in the first 2 weeks. I'm going to go with Green Bay to win this game.
Your affinity for Aaron Rodgers make me sick. I can't stand it.
I actually think it's wintered a little bit lately. It's not as strong as it used to be.
Your affinity for Aaron Rodgers make me sick. I can't stand it.
I actually think it's wintered a little bit lately. It's not as strong as it used to be.
My attention focused on you for a second.
You know what?
You calm down. You a little bit emotional. Now I'm watching this dude where I see he's on NFL Live. He's sitting there being all emotional while you and Olofsky going at it. He's emotional about something Laura Rutland says. He's emotional on SportsCenter. Scared him the hell out of stage still.
Scared the hell out of stage.
Trying to be intimidating and all this other stuff. He emotional emotional about something Laura Rutledge says. He's emotional on sports.
Scared the hell out of Sage Steele. You go
and all this other stuff. They got the nerve and audacity to sit up here and talk about, well, you know, I'm playing fan favorite. I have not done that. I'm just speaking reasonable and plausible things. That's all I'm doing.
That's all I'm doing.
You get along. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Right. As long as he doesn't call me emotional, because then I get real hot. Carry on.
Yeah.
I'm an empath. Right. As long as he doesn't call me emotional, because then I get real hot. Carry on.
Yeah.
I'm an empath.
That's all, Jeff.
His rights, and it'll be even. Just give me some time later on to tell him who he is, and it'll be reasonable.
You always do
You always do
that. This is what he does. This is what you say.
Stephen A., he's going to tell you who you are.
I'm not worried about it.
I can't wait.
I'm not worried about it. You know what?
Marie,
Why don't you just put on the collar and give a sermon? You like doing those. By the way, you can't even stand in hell when you do this.
You want to be
Aaron Rodgers in this situation. The man ain't Tom Brady ever. And since he's been in Tampa, he's
Not
gonna
like
lean
Marcus.
that way.
The Bucks are winning.
Guys,
Wait a minute.
Who you
I'm not
are.
worried about it.
I can't wait.
I'm worried about it.
Thank
You
you
know
for
what?
his support.
Why don't you just put on a collar and give a
What's with the
sermon?
support?
Like doing those. By the way, you can't even stand in hell when you do this.
I lean to Aaron Rodgers in this situation. The man ain't Tom Brady ever. And since he's been in Tampa, he's
Not
gonna
like
lean that
Marcus.
way.
The Bucks are winning.
Guys, we gotta go to commercial.
Yeah, we gotta go. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for that help. We'll also be like live in Boston, where the Celtics held a press conference to address the situation. We'll have more on that in just a bit. It's First Take. Come on back.
I can't believe.
Leader in the one.
Being with us this morning. I know it's early for you out there on.
Oh, please.
Oh, basketball.
Really good help on his strong. You know, they're going to. We could have speculated. Udoka could easily have been fired because of this.
Could have been
The fact
fired.
that he wasn't fired.
The fact that he wasn't fired.
Or
You're suspending him. It's basically make his business
everybody else's business.
everybody else's business.
Woj with us now. Where is he? Woj, thank you so much for being with us this morning. I know it's early for you out there on the West Coast. I want to ask you the same question I asked Stephen A. What are you hearing around the league? What's the reaction from players, coaches, etc., other media about this year-long suspension?
England.
Listen, I think this is not only jarring for the Celtics, I think this is a jarring situation around the league. And, you know, Ime Udoka is somebody who, you know, commanded a lot of respect as a player and as an assistant coach on his rise, and somebody who certainly more than paid his dues to become a head coach, and then has the kind of success he had in his first year in Boston, getting to the NBA Finals. So there's no question that this is, you know, I think Stephen A. alluded to other coaches, and I've heard from so many of Ime Udoka's peers around the league. There's certainly a great deal of concern, not only for him, but the other involved parties in Boston. This is a largely unprecedented situation to have a sitting head coach in the NBA suspended, and not only suspended for a year, but suspended with no assurances to Udoka that he may ever return as the Celtics head coach. With that being said, Woj, and great job, great work on your part. But with that being said, the simple question is this: why not just fire him? Since it's possible he could be fired. You suspended him, you put his business out on Front Street. I'm talking about you, about them. You put his business out on Front Street. Why not just let him go and sever ties with him? Listen, the question, I think,
everybody is asking, and I think it's one that Brad Stevens, Celtics ownership, is going to have to answer, and they may start to do that here in the next hour when, as you know, they're expected to talk and address this at some level. But there's no question that, Udoka is going to be, listen, maybe there's certainly more that may be learned in other teams who might hire Ime Udoka. They're going to have to do their own research on this situation and certainly have a full understanding of it. But certainly this is a coach who in the marketplace would still garner great interest. And so I think that's going to be one of the questions this season. Again, based on the diligence that still needs to be done about all the facts of this situation, if another organization would feel at peace with the idea that they can speak to him in the workplace and have a comfort level with hiring him individually, certainly as a basketball coach, he would be at the very top, I think, of any potential openings around the league. That was certainly part of the conversation I was having with teams yesterday.
Well, let me ask you this. So obviously, I read it right here. It's considered a violation of the organization's guidelines. But this is what I don't understand. So if you violate it,
let's all break. Mine is quality over quantity.
I'm going to send you the high form of flattery. You just couldn't have me to have my number. You had to go get a skip on your chain.
Well, I've had it before you started wearing your number to try to compete with my chain, and you failed miserably.
You failed miserably.
Mine is quality over quantity. And mine is real, and yours is cubic zirconia.
It's cubic zirconia.
Even after all these years.
We got a huge football weekend coming up, starting with that barn burner down in Tuscaloosa tomorrow. Somebody's going to get their barn burned.
Who picked this?
Maybe it's my Commodore.
You get the doors blown off.
You're gonna get the doors blown off.
I don't know, it's probably the little sisters of the poor.
I know we be bad at it.
Barn burner down in Tuscaloosa tomorrow. Somebody's going to get their barn burned.
Who picked this?
Maybe it's my Commodore.
You get the doors blown off.
Well, who's Savannah State play?
Hey,
I don't know, it's probably the little sisters of the poor.
I know we be bad at it. We pay y'all to come play us.
That would be a matchup. You're on. Let's do it.
We're going to give Vanderbilt $500,000 to come take this L.
Neutral site.
I'll take this L.
college football. Lose the whole show. It'll be 2.5 hours. We have so much to unpack this morning, guys. Let's start up in Boston, where the Celtics have suspended coach Ime Udoka for all of this upcoming season, the entire 22-23 period, for violations of team policies. There's no current decision about his future with the Celtics beyond this season. The Athletic reports that the Celtics first became aware of Udoka's consensual relationship with a female member of the organization in July, a few months ago. But the woman recently accused Udoka of making unwanted comments for her.
1 second left.
Investigation. Shannon, very serious topic here. What's your reaction to the latest
That's
development?
incomplete.
We talked about this yesterday. What did I say?